Hello everyone, and welcome back to Let's Play Breath of Fire 2. Last episode, we found the town of Pharma on the word of Gandalf the Elder Tree, who advised us to go down south. Also, we are going to do some extreme inventory sorting by depositing almost all of our items, starting with the hardtacks and ending with the restoratives, since we want those near the bottom. And now we're gonna take out a bunch of items in the order we want them. First, the wisdom seeds, second, the shaved ices, third, the fire spices, and from then on, we are taking items out in the order of how high we want them in the inventory. Otherwise, it's a bit clunky doing it after all this, because we want the items we use most at the top. Anyways, joining me today for this episode is Seso. How you doing, buddy?
Hello, YouTube. I'm doing well.
Oh, and if I recall, this village of Rand lookalikes also mentioned this woman called Miss Daisy, who had a son go into the big city, and she was a bit miffed about that because it meant her son left her, but she's not the kind to show any weakness. That's what the NPCs around town said, and based on the fact that the NPCs also said Rand moved into the big city, deductive reasoning infers that Rand is this woman's son.
That's reasonable.
Oh, there it is. And the game just Hey, ouch. What was that? Yeah, what was the hell for that for?
So I guess this episode is gonna be like elaborating on his backstory, I'd imagine.
Something like that, something like that. It's where plot significant stuff happens, at any rate.
That should be exciting.
Yes. Now, Skyzo, how can Rand have a million different hussies when he's like 9 feet tall? How would that work?
I have no idea. Video game logic, I guess.
For that matter, how would they all survive the pregnancies? Can you imagine us human... You know what I mean.
Oh no, that sounds very painful.
Yeah. And they've got all those scales surrounding their back and everything.
Maybe that's why she's so angry to him.
Actually, the funnier thing is she doesn't even look all that much like him. Maybe she was one of those women.
Maybe they're like, you know those species of animals where the females look a lot different. I guess this is
I guess it could be that. Anyways, we're gonna do Miss Daisy's gardening. A problem that we solve, like everything else, with more fighting.
Oh, so just fighting the grass.
Hey, don't underestimate the grass. They were the world's most dangerous foe in Ultima 3.
And why is that?
Because the main villain apparently just has these grass tiles outside his castle that do 100 HP of damage per hit and just kill you before you even notice them.
Sounds dangerous.
Ultima was weird.
Okay, so I guess we're just clearing her backyard using our powers.
Yep. Which is also why we're having Aspara and Rand defend for most of these, because their physical attacks are nothing compared to our two main guys.
You know, I wonder if they probably can't fight back, right? The objects.
Well, most of them can't. This one can. This is the Marl. It's weak to ice, which is a good thing because it also has one of those earthquake type attacks that do like 100 to everyone. So we want to clear him out as fast as we can. He usually won't be dangerous, but you never know.
I've seen that sprite quite a few times, I feel.
Yeah, they reused this one for a boss, but it's kind of forgivable because it's kind of a joke thing anyway.
Yeah, that's true. At least it's a palette swap.
Yeah. Also, this is part of the reason why we have so many shaved ices, and one of the reasons why we had a Spara there, because otherwise, without her frost ability, we would have had to burn another one of those.
Right, so I guess that mini-boss was just chilling in her backyard. That's interesting.
Well, at least we know why she needed Rand around for it.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? I'll bet that's also... Actually, I don't think this village does sell shaved ices. Never mind. And... yeah, as long as you do whatever the heck Rand's mom tells you to do, she's a lovely woman.
She didn't seem very lovely to him.
Well, now, see, he didn't do what she wanted, though. He went to the city and may or may not have slept with a bunch of hussies, at least according to her.
Right. Okay.
Anyway, if you didn't get a spare coin drop from anywhere in the game, this is where you'd want to get another coin, because we are going to be buying something else. Not soon, but not too far later from now. It's something called the Ares Shield, and it casts the Might spell for free, so that's something we want for the future. But for now, let us get Tapeta in our party, put him in the lead, and use his ability to climb over these cliffs. You could try using Rand's roll ability to fast travel here as well, but the paths are very narrow, so the chances of him bumping into something are very high.
Can I be honest? I completely forgot that Peta existed.
You are not to blame for that. Also, here's a hint. Don't skimp on the donations, Skyzo. It's very important. Well, actually it's not, but still, if you want to 100% the game, it's something you ought to remember.
Huh, interesting. I mean, that was kind of vague, though.
It was, but it was more than I thought existed, and that's what counts.
Yeah, that's true. At least he put it in.
Yeah. Also, this is a very troublesome minigame that gives you something totally useless to Rand as a reward. I will show it off in a bonus video, but don't bother with it. That's all I'll say on that matter. Anyways, that, I think, is an enemy we could have met in the Heaven Tower, and it's weak to ice, which is why I focused on it with the shaved ice, but it's not something... We have more random encounters to show off, like these 3 Valkyries. These are dangerous for their Tempest ability and for how obscenely fast they are. Almost no one can outspeed them. Almost no one, except Super Stin with the speed suit! So if you meet one of these guys, just switch out. Just switch them out and it'll be good. And if you meet one of those needle puffers, make sure to use some fire attacks. And then there's one last group that I want to introduce, so we're going to swap out some of these guys to meet up with the Royal Slug and the Royal Guards. Those guys are actually a little bit scary to me because they actually outspeed Stin and have fairly decent physical attacks, so there's always that faint possibility that they'll knock him out of his fusion, or they'll all just run away. They have a 33% chance of doing that each turn, and without them, the Royal Slug is kind of a pushover. Now, I don't know if it's better to have everyone defend while Ryu kills the Royal Slugs and just hope the Royal Guards run away, or if it would be better to just spam Fire Spices with everyone. I'm not really decided on that, to be honest. So make of that what you will.
Right. Well, I mean, no, it's not like any of that matters too much, since you can just switch for free. I feel like that's pretty much the most broken thing in this game. The Mega Stan's ability to just nope out of any encounter.
No, see, it does matter though, because they are faster than Sten and have decent melee attacks, so there's always that chance that they'll knock him out of his fusion. That's one of the few encounters that actually do matter.
Oh, okay.
Anyways, after donating 2,000 to that donation basket, you could get away with just 100 Zenny, but 2,000 will unlock another shaman, so you're going for hundo, make sure to do that. Also make sure to have a bunch of shaved ices with you, a bunch of restoratives, and at least one hardtack, because there is an unwelcome guest in Daisy's yard. The same one that we saw at the beginning. Because as it turns out, she just decided to have a change of heart and let these nice men have her home to build their cathedral. I'm not so sure I buy that.
Yeah, I'm not so sure either. It looks like there's about to be a battle, right? Because when the background fades away like this.
Yeah, one of the more infamous ones, because this is the Rand solo battle. That is balanced around the assumption that you've been using him this entire time, even though the game never forces you to, so let's explain what happens. First turn, this guy will always cast either Shield or Barrier, which enhances his defense and magic defense, respectively. So it's a free turn. After that, though, he'll start off with a really powerful melee attack. At level 19, he actually has a slight chance of doing a little over half Rand's HP, which is why we have the hardtack, and why I regretted not having Rand fight a few of the end battles in the Queen's stomach, because he could have been level 20 with Aspara still getting warp, but I was careless on that score. So we use a hardtack to boost Rand's defense while healing him to full, and from here, we use restoratives to heal every time he's scratched, and use shaved ices while he's at full HP, and hope that this messenger doesn't score any 1.5% crits. Usually won't, but it could. Which is also why we saved.
Yeah, so I'm guessing, like, yeah, I could probably one-shot you if you got unlucky in the first, like, I thought that was, I think it was the second turn, right? Where he does that powerful melee attack.
Yeah. He wouldn't have been able to if I were level 20, but oh well. Hindsight, right?
Yeah, so this game enjoys, like, throwing things like this at you. Like, I don't understand the point of the solo sections, because there's not really anything to stop you from just not using Sten, or, like, any other character, so I don't get it.
I think it was their way of trying to force you to use everyone evenly. It's just a really terrible and ham-fisted way of doing it.
I feel like the least they could have done is, like, if you're not a certain level, then, like, a message pops up that says, go away, come back later or something. That'd be better.
Yeah. That being said, the game is a little nicer as far as Rand goes. I will show off how to get him to the level he needs to very quickly, and it's only like a 10-minute thing, even without without much editing. It's not the over an hour ordeal that Sten was, that I had to edit down to 26 minutes.
No, that's merciful.
Also, do you remember this orange-haired guy?
I think we met him, like, in one of the very first episodes, right?
Yeah. Ray the Paladin. Friendly sucker, or was. Now, maybe not. Whew. Boy, what a scene. This actually brings up one of my biggest gripes with Breath of Fire 2, because when I say that the original score was just the town theme, just blaring non-stop throughout the entire thing, I really mean it. Like, I don't know who did the music placement for this, but the way he placed the sounds really, really hurt a lot of these scenes. Like, something is finally happening now, and yet it's scored basically the same way as it's always been throughout the other 70% of the game, which is really bothersome. Like, I always thought of rescoring certain scenes and areas, but this was the episode that clenched it for me, since I always record a bit in advance, so I hope you enjoy. But yeah, in any case, we need an airborne solution to rescue Rand's mom, as Rand himself was alluding to, and while the people at Pharma give you some hints, our most direct set of directions happen to reside in Township. So, this here would be Nina from the town of Windia. Turns out that wasn't just a random name. She could get the power to carry us across, but whatever. Don't worry about it.
I like how it's spelled W-Y-N instead of just Windia with like an I. The game trying to be fancy.
Kind of a thing in modern localizations, and I'm not sure I get why. Anyways, this is Fiona Day Quester signing out. Have a nice day, everyone. God bless you all, and see what lies in store for our dear Nina as she gets the power of the great bird.
Alright, I'll catch you all later.
Bye!